Hi, and welcome to our third lesson on inequalities. This is probably the easiest lesson in the unit. Okay, and we're going to be looking at solving animals that look like this. And same as usual, we'll be looking for all values of x and y that make that guy true. First thing we need to notice is that we can break this into two parts. There's two ways to make this inequality true. Either we can make the equals part true, or we can make the less than part true. Okay, well, the equals part is easy. You guys have been doing that for a couple years now. So let's start by putting the equals part on the graph. So that's going to have a y-intercept of 2 and a slope of 1. So there we go. Everywhere on that line is going to make y is less than or equal to x plus 2 true, because it makes y equals x plus 2 true. All right, and now we just need to guess and check around and figure out where the other solutions are going to be. Obviously, we're not going to check anything on the line because we already know that that's part of the solution. So let's start with a nice easy point here. Let's start with the point 0, 0 and see if that makes the inequality true. So if I have 0 is less than or equal to 0 plus 2, that leaves me with 0 is less than 2 is true. All right, so now we have the entire line and that one black point there at 0, 0. Okay, let's try another point here. Let's go negative 5, 5. So 5, that's a terrible looking 5. 5 is less than or equal to negative 5 plus 2. So 5 is less than or equal to negative 3. That is false. Okay, so that didn't add any solutions. We've just got the line in that one point now. Let's try this guy here. 10, 0. Ten is less than or equal to 12. That guy's true. So now we've got a line and 2 points. Let's go negative 10, 0. And we get 0 is less than or equal to negative 8 is false. All right. And if we were to continue doing this, we would find that everything on the top left is false and everything on the bottom right makes our inequality true, so it's part of the solution. So every point on the line or below it is going to make this inequality true. So that's your solution to y is less than or equal to x plus 2. It's everything on the red line and everything below it. Okay, part 3, or question 3, I guess, is slightly different. Notice that we've only got 5x minus 2y is greater than 10. So the equals part won't be part of the solution. Hopefully you can see from the last page that it'll still be the boundary between the true side and the false side, but it's just not going to be part of the solution. So what we're going to do is we're going to represent that with a dotted line. So when x equals 0, y is going to equal negative 5. And when y equals 0, x is going to equal 2. So there's our line. So notice this dotted line is similar to the the open circle. We need to have a boundary, but we also need to show that there's actually nothing there because it's not part of the solution, because it's not going to make this true, so we just throw in a dotted line. Okay, now that we know that one side is going to be true and one side is going to be false, I'm just going to ask you to test one point on either side. We really only need to do one, but doing the two just helps us catch mistakes. I like to use 0, 0 because I'm lazy. So let's see what 0, 0 does. So we get 0 is greater than 10. False. And let's check the point 5, negative 5. We're expecting this to be true because one side's going to be true and one side's going to be false. And we end up with 35 is greater than 10, which is true. So in this case, every point below the line but not including the line is going to make this inequality true. Okay, question 4. Just trying to make things a little interesting here because those last two questions were pretty darn easy. So notice that we've got two parts to the solution again. Either this line is going to be true or anything below the line is true. Well, the equation of that line, if we use slope-intercept form, our slope is going to be negative 1 over 1. So y equals negative x, and then our y-intercept is 4. So there's the line. Okay, now we need to figure out what's going to happen with our Pac-Man. Is it going to be greater than or equal to or less than or equal to? Well, again, let's go back to our old friend 0, 0. In this case, I'm using 0, 0 because it's part of the solution. I just want to choose any point that's part of the solution. So in this case, 0, 0 is part of the solution, so I have 0 there. So I end up with 0 on the left and 4 on the right. Well, that must mean that if that's going to be true, then our Pac-Man must be facing that way. So there we go. So the graph on the right is the solution to this inequality here.